Hi, I'm Dr. Meg Haworth, and I'm a transpersonal psychologist. I'm also a nutritional chef who worked as a private chef for celebrities. I am a best-selling author, an international speaker, and I have a private practice where I work with women abuse survivors with chronic illness. And then I also have an online course teaching practitioners, coaches, therapists, healers, how to develop their intuition and certify them in my whole person integration technique, which is an emotional release technique. So I can be reached at meghaworth.com. It's meghaworth.com. And I'm currently doing, and it's actually ongoing, I have my Intuition Evolution course. It's an online course that's evergreen, but I'm also going to be running it live from time to time, and I'll be doing that September 21, 2021 for 8 weeks. And so that's for therapists, coaches, healers, transformational entrepreneurs. If you're just starting out in business, this is really great for you. Because I train you in intuitive development, and then I also certify you in whole person integration technique, which helps you remove your own blocks, but also helps you remove your clients' emotional blocks that are keeping them from getting to the next level. It helps you also remove those core negative beliefs that get in the way, that are in the unconscious mind, and how they're associated with the body. So it's really fascinating work that I love to help others with. I also have my private one-on-one therapy practice, and it's therapy and coaching together, helping you heal yourself with food and the power of the mind and heart, where I use my whole person integration technique on my clients to help them release and let go so that they can move to the next level. And then I also work with them on their food and nutrition to help you support your body to heal itself while you're going through your healing processes. I work with people all over the world, so we work on Zoom or telephone, whatever's most comfortable for the client, and there's just a lot of powerful work in that. So the two sides of the business really are the therapy practice, and then also the online course. And I'm also available for speaking engagements. Anything that I've talked about today that sounds interesting to you, I can speak it online or in person, however you'd like. I've been speaking for 25 years, and I love to share and help people transform in speaking engagements as well. So. That's a hard question for me to answer because it was just something that I naturally gravitated towards. I think my mom was one of the first people that kind of got me into thinking about it, because she would have us, she had an organic garden, and she would have us sell vegetables. We did the lemonade stands. We did those kinds of things. But I think another big inspiration for me has been Oprah Winfrey, and the kind of it's like a dynasty that she's built on helping people heal, on helping people learn to take care of themselves better. And she was actually one of my biggest inspirations in terms of getting me onto the path of healing myself when she did her show on sexual abuse in 1986. I was only 19. I was in college. I was a psych major at the time, and it was in that show that I got inspired to get help for my own abuse history, and that's now a big part of what I do, is help other people heal from their abuse histories, especially high-functioning, very successful women who feel like they can't get to the next level in their personal or professional lives without working through that. So Oprah was definitely a huge influence on me. The most important skill that I have is my intuition. It's something that I have trained in and practiced and honed, and I had natural intuitive abilities from the time I was a small child. I just knew things without knowing them. I knew things about people. I'd have dreams that came true exactly as they happened. So it was just something that was a major talent of mine that I developed into a skill, and then now I use that for everything and helping people heal their lives in my one-on-one work, and also training other people, especially coaches, therapists, healers, and transformational entrepreneurs to develop their intuition to help them reduce empathic overload. That's basically taking in all of the emotional weight of others that we work with on a daily basis. And then also it helps you build self-trust, making better decisions in business, which is a huge thing as an entrepreneur, to feel like you can trust that inner voice and even get connected to it in the first place. So those are two of the major things, the things that I work with, is intuition, and that being a very important part of everything that I do, and how everything unfolded for me in my life was through my intuition, and professionally as well. I never should have ended up in kitchens for celebrities doing private chef work and consulting with them on their nutrition, healing diets for specific needs. I didn't train as a chef, but everything unfolded for me to step into that role, and intuition was at the core of making that happen. So I can't stress enough how valuable intuition is and developing it is, and how that really created a really clear path for me as an entrepreneur. Social media is very important. I mean, I've been in business for 25 years, and back when I started, we had to do print advertising if we were to get anything out there. And so that was actually very costly. So social media, the fact that we have this free mode of advertising, is really pretty unbelievable. And so it's a very important piece of the work that I do, and getting the message out there, because there's so many channels to do that in, and ways to target the marketing. I mean, it's just one of the most valuable tools I think that there is for business owners today. And so that's something to really spend time taking courses in, getting help with, and learning how to do good social media. I've gotten so many clients from Facebook particularly, and some from LinkedIn. So yeah, it's a great way to go if you're an entrepreneur. Oh, I faced so many challenges. I had over a dozen illnesses. It was back around the time that I chose entrepreneurship as my path. And I was going through healing those through holistic means. And then, so that was a huge piece of what I had to overcome. I also had to overcome, as I mentioned earlier in this, I had to overcome an abuse history, child abuse. And so that was very difficult, because that really lowers the self-esteem. So there was a lot to work through in that regard. And then the most recent thing that I had to overcome was I was struck by lightning 7 years ago. And it took me out of the game as a celebrity chef or private chef for celebrities in Hollywood, where I was very successful. I was about to take on a new client that week. And it was a big turning point for my life, because now I couldn't do that work anymore. But I had this doctorate in transpersonal psychology that I wasn't using to the best of my abilities. And so I wanted already to create a program that would combine everything together. So that's when I started to create Get Well Now, which led to my best-selling book, Get Well Now, Healing Yourself with Food and the Power of the Mind, and then also the coaching and therapy work that I do with my clients in that regard. So, so those challenges, I think the way that I overcame them was, first I made a decision. I made a decision, a full-on decision that I would. and that there was no other choice for me. And with each thing that I did, I looked to natural medicine, I looked to food, I looked to my intuition to help lead me along the pathway to get well, and to create a life that was profoundly from my heart, from my own skills, talents, abilities, and gifts, and being able to share that in the world. It's the more I focus on just being of service to others and helping them through their healing pathways, the bigger things get for me, and for the people that I get to work with, which I see as a complete privilege. For budding women entrepreneurs, I think it's so important to really know that excitement that you have, to keep building that excitement for the work that you're doing, it takes time. This is one of the most important things to understand about becoming an entrepreneur. It takes time to understand yourself. It's a personal development journey. This is huge. It's a very, very important part of entrepreneurship, is that to continue developing yourself personally so that your professional development will expand and grow. I think that's one of the most important things to understand. Another thing is patience. Having a lot of patience for the work that you're doing, for all the stuff you're putting out there. When you're a solopreneur and you're putting out all the social media posts and nobody's responding, or you're getting 1 or 2 likes, just know that you got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. It takes time to build a business, and it takes a lot of patience to be able to do it. And it takes solid belief in yourself, and to keep returning to those things and keep returning to that excitement, because that feeling really builds the business. That feeling of excitement, that feeling of joy, that feeling of, I get to do this thing, I get to help people in this way. It's just so powerful and so important. So yeah,